This is the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 37 in the AMP. Yet in all these things we are more than conquerors, and gain an overwhelming victory through him who loved us so much that he died for us. Hey, shalom, shalom. Before I go any further, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAAHWABAN. I want to give double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well, in peace, love, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, to the elect of the nation of Israel scattered abroad, shalom, shalom. And it's gonna be a quick lesson through the spirit, man. You know, spirit got on me earlier, you know, just in meditation, to conquer your Goliath. All right, conquer your Goliath. You know, what inspired this was, you know, just meditating, you know, on the elders' lessons. You know, a couple elders did a lesson on it. All right, knowing the Lord is talking to you. Okay, knowing the Lord, all right, wants you to, you know, cut something off. All right, and some of these things the Lord is requiring of us, all right, to cut off. You know, it may be a Goliath, all right, in your personal walk, in your personal relationship with Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. And the reason I, you know, entitled it "Conquer Your Goliath" is because, you know, it's smaller demons we face day to day, you know, and we slay them through the spirit and power of Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. Okay, and then there is major demons, all right, that we must face, man, inwardly, you know, things that, you know, things that hopped on us, all right, demons that hopped on us, okay, from growing up in Babylon, demons that hopped on us, you know, from being plugged into this damn matrix for so long, man. And when you come into this truth, the Lord is requiring of you, okay, to cut that shit off, all right, to you know, ultimately purge off that demon, all right, that spirit, okay. And that's why I grabbed the scripture right here, okay, Romans 8 and verse 37, all right, and I'm gonna grab it in the KJV this time. It says, "Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us." Okay, conquerors, man. All right, we believe that we are the men of the Lord, okay, which the men of the Lord were mighty men. You know, we always go into the house of David and how they were mighty men, all right, and they were, you know, conquering, all right, okay, but right now, and they were conquering in the physical. But see, right now, the Lord is demanding us to conquer in the spiritual. Okay, as the scripture says, man, let's grab it right quick. Let's grab it right quick, man. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. All right, in the AMP, it says, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, contending only with physical opponents, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this present darkness, against the spiritual against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly supernatural places." You see, so our struggle is not against flesh and blood, contending only with physical opponents, which the mighty men of old, okay, they were, you know, contending with physical opponents. All right. Not to say they weren't mighty in spirit, because they were mighty in spirit as well. But see, we're in a time now to where this warfare is in the spirit, man. All right. This warfare is in the spirit, bro. All right. It's a war for your soul. Okay. It's not plain to the eye. Okay. It's not about what the eye can see. It's supernatural entities that's that we're wrestling against. All right. And some of these entities, okay, hopped on us from us growing up in America, bro. You know, your environment. All right. You know how in the world they call it you're a product of your environment, which it's not that in particular. What it is that particular demon. Okay. Jake grew up around particular demons, and that spirit hops on you. Okay. That spirit hops on you, which causes you to, it may cause you, okay, you may, like, let's, for example, they say you're a product of your environment. You may grow up in an environment where niggas get pissy drunk. Okay. And now you growing up in that environment, that particular drunk demon hop on you to where you growing up before you came into the truth, and now you know you wrestle, okay, with the drinking demon. Okay. You may have it to where certain Jake grew up around certain Jake grew up, okay, in a lustful environment. Okay. And now growing up, they deal with or growing up in America, and then you come into this truth. Now you wrestle against lust. Okay. You wrestle against sexual lust. All right. And these are the different, you know, fights that we are fighting in this flesh. And it doesn't have to particularly be those two. Okay. It's many things that Jake grew up. All right. Jake grew up fighting, or Jake grew up not fighting. Jake grew up, okay, and seeing within their environments, and they have to wrestle that shit off. All right. You have to fight that spirit off of you, which when you come into this truth, the Lord takes demons off of you. You know, he takes demons off of you. Then there's particular demons that it takes time. All right. It takes growth. It takes faith. It takes the power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Okay, and the Lord does that for a particular reason. The Lord does that to show you that you need him. Okay, this is why I'm gonna grab it again, bro. This is let's grab it. And I pray this is making sense. You know what I mean? Like, through the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Romans 8 and verse 37. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him. You see, so certain demons, let's get that word conquer it actually. All right, but certain demons, we can only conquer it, and not even certain demons, all these demons. All right. But demons we fight in our life, you know, Goliath level demons. Okay. These demons, we need Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI to conquer. We can't conquer these things through our own sheer willpower, man. All right, this is the book of Conqueror in the blue letter.
Strong's G 5245. Hupernikao.
It says, to be more than a conqueror, to gain a surpassing victory. You see? And we want victory over these demons we fight. We want demons, Salakia. We want, slip of the tongue. We want victory over these Goliath level demons, okay, that we're facing in this flesh, man. All right. Victory over these spirits, bro. All right. This is because we in a fight, bro. This is this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, in verse 57. Then he answered me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. We in a fight. We in a spiritual warfare. Okay. Scripture says the flesh warreth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. All right. So this is a spiritual, bro, these windows down, it's getting hot. This is a spiritual warfare, bro. Okay, that says, damn, I hope the Bluetooth ain't on. Okay, Con, we good. It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. Right? We don't want to be overcome. Okay, we want to be the one who overcame through YAHAWASHI, bro. All right, and that's the point. That's the reason I grabbed, Romans 8. Okay, because we are more than conquerors through YAHAWASHI. You know, demons will try to tell you, oh, like, man, he's too strong to overcome. You know, no, bro. Through YAHAWASHI, we can overcome all these demons. Okay, that came with this fucking flesh. All right, that came with this human suit, bro. We can overcome. Why? Because YAHAWASHI overcame. So let's go back to 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 58. It says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I said. So like that I say. Right, and the victory comes through YAHAWASHI. You see? That's the point of him coming down and getting a flawless victory over this flesh, to show us that it could be done through him. Okay, because we ain't going to be perfect in this flesh, but victory is promised through YAHAWASHI. All right, victory is written, you know, victory, overcoming. Okay, you can overcome. All right, you can get the victory over that Goliath in your life. You know what I mean? Conquer your Goliath. Okay, we reading about David and how he conquered Goliath. All right, it was a build up, you know, to him conquering Goliath. He had to slay the lion, he slayed the bear. Okay, and then he trusted and had faith that the Lord will give him victory, okay, over Goliath, which appeared to be an overwhelming opponent. Okay, but when he stepped out on faith, he was like, damn, you know, shit, yeah. Jake was tripping. All right, you got Jake in the background. I was tripping, like, man, that's Goliath, man. He a warrior. Like, bro, look, David stepped out on faith and said, look, bro, hey, you come to me with sword and spear, or shield and spear. I come to you in the name of YAHAWASHI, and that's all that it took was faith to overcome. All right, and that's the same thing for us in this spiritual warfare, bros. It's gonna take faith to overcome. We're gonna overcome through faith. We're not gonna overcome through willpower. All right, we're not gonna overcome through motivational videos like that show only lasts an hour. Nah, man, we gonna overcome through YAHAWASHI, man. All right, and this is let's grab this right quick. This is the book of this is the book of 1 John 4 and verse 4. All right. Let's grab it. St. John 4 and verse 4. It says, ye are of Yahweh, little children, and have overcome them, because because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You see, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You see, greater is he. I'm going to say it again. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Okay, understanding the power that we have, speaking to myself first and foremost. All right, understanding the power that we have. Okay, the power of overcoming is in us. No demon, no entity, nothing, bro. All right, can stop that. All right, the power, once again, the power of overcoming is in us. The power of conquering is in us. Why? Because YAHAWASHI is in us. Greater is he that is in you. Okay, so if that same spirit of conquering, that same spirit of overcoming is in us, then that means we can overcome. That means we can conquer. All right, that's why it tells you right here. And this is what Satan wants you to forget. Satan wants you to get so caught up in, I'm weak and dang, Lord, I ain't strong here. Bro, it ain't meant for you to be strong there. Okay, it's meant for you to fight that fight and realize that you're not strong there, so the strength of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI can step in, okay, and show you that's why you need him. You see, to show you that that's why he's him, bro. All right. What I was gonna grab? Oh yeah. 2 scriptures. St. John 16 and verse 33. Let's grab that right quick through the Spirit. This is the book of St. John 6 and verse 33. It says, let's grab this. It says, I have told you these things so that in me, this is the AMP, by the way. I have told you these things so that in me you may have perfect peace. In the world you have tribulation and distress and suffering. But be courageous, be confident, be undaunted, be filled with joy. I have overcome the world. My conquest is accomplished, my victory abiding. You see, my conquest is accomplished. Okay, YAHAWASHI conquered the spiritual demon Satan, bro. YAHAWASHI conquered this 3rd dimension, bro. All power is given unto him in heaven and earth. He controls the spirits. The demons we fight is under YAHAWASHI's authority. So those demons are not greater than YAHAWASHI. I'm gonna say that again through the Spirit, bro. The demons you fight is not greater than YAHAWASHI. Those demons that we fight, these Goliaths, quote unquote Goliaths that we fight, is not greater than YAHAWASHI, bro. They're under YAHAWASHI's authority. Okay, and YAHAWASHI's spirit is in us. So we can overcome, bro. Even like, yeah, we can overcome. All right. Even if you feel like you weak in a particular era, like, damn, you weak to that bottle. Like, damn, you fighting the temptation of the bottle or whatever it may be, okay, that you wrestle against. YAHAWASHI is greater than that. This is the book of and once again, man, I pray to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI that this is edifying and exhorting. I pray, man, because Jake in a fight, bro. All right. And scripture says the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren in the world. Feel me? So I pray to the Lord this makes sense. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 12 and verse 9. In the in the AMP. But he said, Salakia, in the AMP, 2 Corinthians 12 and verse 9, the AMP. But he has said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. My loving kindness and my mercy are more than enough, always available, regardless of the situation. For my power is being perfected and is completed and shows itself most effectively in your weakness. Okay? Let me read that again, bro, through the Spirit, man. It says, my grace, Salakia, it says, but he has said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. My loving kindness and my mercy are more than enough, always available, regardless of the situation. For my power is being perfected and is completed and shows itself most effectively in your weakness. You see? So the power of the Lord shows itself most effectively in your weakness. In battles you fight, you feel like you're not particularly strong in. Okay, that's when YAHAWASHI's strength is shown, bro. It says, therefore I will all the more gladly boast in my weaknesses, so that the power of YAHAWASHI may completely enfold me and may dwell in me. So that Slakia says, so I am well pleased with the weaknesses, with insults, with distress, with persecutions, and with difficulties, for the sake of Hamashiach. For when I am weak in human strength, then I am strong, truly able, truly powerful, truly drawing from the Most High strength. You see, when you're weak, when you feel like you don't have the strength to when demons try to tell you don't have the strength to, overcome, okay, certain Goliaths, okay, in your walk, man. Guess what? Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, strength is made perfect in that weakness, bro. Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI gives you the strength to overcome. You think it was King David's strength that made him overcome Goliath? No, it was Yahawah's BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI's strength, bro. That's whose strength overcame Goliath. That's whose strength overcame the lion. That's whose strength overcame the bear. It ain't us. It's the Lord's strength. Okay? It's the Lord's strength. The Lord gives us strengths, and he gave us weaknesses. And he gave us weaknesses to accept his strength. You see? Because accepting Yahawashi is accepting your weaknesses. Accepting Yahawashi, accepting your weaknesses, not I mean you just not fighting, you know what I mean? You just giving it to, like, you just, no. Accepting this understanding, like, damn, like, I need help with it. I need help in this particular area. That's where the strength of Yahawashi comes in, man. All right? It doesn't come when, if we were all powerful and you just had it figured out, then what would be the need of the Lord? If it wasn't a challenge, then how would it be a testimony? How could it strengthen other believers? If it didn't bring you to like the brink of you crying to the Lord, man? All right, you crying to the Lord and pleading to him to help you. Okay, that's the purpose of the Goliaths we fight. Okay, not to destroy us, but to bring us closer to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, to draw, okay, from that power. All right, to draw from the power of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and that's how we overcome, brothers. We once again going back to Ephesians the 6th chapter. We're not fighting a physical opponent, man. Okay. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4. The weapons of our warfare are not physical weapons of flesh and blood. Our weapons are divinely powerful for the destruction of fortresses. You see? Our weapons are divinely powerful. Praying, fasting. Praying first and foremost. And then fasting. Yahawashi said, this kind goeth not out but by with prayer and fasting. Certain shit you fight, you gotta pray and fast that shit off. Not shit we fight, because it's demons. It's a lock for my language. Jake gotta work on that. But certain demons we fight, right? You gotta fast and pray it off. That's a weapon. That's one of the weapons of our warfare. That's one of the weapons that Yahawashi gave us to fight this fight. Prayer, fasting, the brotherhood, reading. Okay, we have the weapons. We have the weapons. We have everything we need in our arsenal, okay, to complete this conquest. Okay, all we have to do is move and apply it and believe on Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI that he can give us the strength to overcome, bro. And that's it, brothers and sisters, because you fight your Goliaths in your walk. All right, we all have a Goliath that we have to fight, that we have to face, that we have to conquer. And then we ain't gonna conquer it through willpower. We gonna conquer it through Yahawashi. Okay, and you gonna fall short. And you may be in the headspace of, man, like, why, Lord, why is it this particular demon that I gotta fight? It's a glory that comes after that. It's a glory that comes after overcoming through Yahawashi. It's not for yourselves. It's that you can strengthen the next brother or strengthen the next sister, that may be fighting the same thing that you fighting, man, because we all fighting the same thing. Okay. This is the book of 1 Corinthians. That's a spirit, bro. 1 Corinthians 10. It says in verse 13, the AMP, no temptation, regardless of its source, has overtaken you or enticed you that is not common to human experience. Right? Where we're going through a human experience. Okay? It says, nor is any temptation unusual or beyond human resistance. But the Most High is faithful to his word. He is compassionate and trustworthy, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability to resist. He will not let you be tempted beyond your ability to resist. These quote-unquote Goliaths that we fight in our day-to-day life, YAHAWASHI, know that we can overcome them. That's why he gave us those demons to fight, even if it feels hard. No, bro, that shit overcomable. That shit conquerable. If the Lord gave it to us to fight it, it can be overcame. And that's the mentality, speaking to myself first and foremost, that we got to be in. If the Lord put this on my plate to fight, I can conquer this nigga. I can conquer this nigga. If the Lord gave it to me to fight, oh, the Lord know I got it. Come on, man. Call out BAHASHAM outside. It says he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability to resist, but along with the temptation, he has in the past and now is and will always provide the way out as well, so that you will be able to endure it without yielding and will overcome the temptation with joy. Come on, man. Yahawah BAHASHAM gonna give us the victory over all these demons, over all the spirits we fight. Okay? Come on, bro. So, man, move with faith, move with confidence and courage, and believe that the Lord can give us the strength to overcome all things through him, all things through his power, man. So, I'm not going to make this a long lesson. And I said I was going to make it quick. I think I went for like over 20 at this point. But I pray once again this is edifying. I pray it was uplifting. I pray it was nurturing to the spirits of the elect of Yahawah BAHASHAM. So with that, I'm going to close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM HaHaKodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that teach and rule well. And to the next time I say Shalom.